tell you what, the snow this year, this is the most I've ever seen, especially over Wolf Creek Pass, in probably the last decade or two. When I was driving the area on the passenger side where they cut it out with the machines and then push it to the other side of the road, that was over that was taller than my truck, which is crazy. So mud season out here is going to be insane. I'm really glad I'll be back in northern Arizona during that time, because this is going to be messy until about May or June. Dinner's here. What's up, brother? That's so dope. This is the inline 6, you said?
Inline 6, 12 valve Cummings.
Nice. And it's a 77? Was this the original engine?
79, not the original engine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is so badass, man.
When I'm having a bad day, I just fire this up and listen to the turbo spooling.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, it's so cool.
There's a dent right there, but I left that for you know, something to talk about.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. I think it gives you character. I just love this thing. Does the top come off of it?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's secured on there. I just didn't know if it was like some of those old school ones.
I got the splitter 8-gear four speed with the splitter, so it's 8 gears.
Very nice.
Low, super low.
Very cool, man. I even got a back seat. This is in pretty good shape in here, man.
It's all even got the original floor mats.
Really? Dang, didn't you say you got this for like super cheap? Or
$8,500.
Wow.
I got offers of $15,000 for it.
I was gonna say, man, it just looks so badass, man.
Yeah. The rug guard's about 5 inches underneath.
Yeah.
Not just here, all the way underneath.
Oh yeah, I see it.
It's made for 4-wheeling.
That's awesome, man. You got nice sliders built in. I bet this thing weighs a lot.
Yeah. It's a super cheap, so it's got six lugs instead of 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's sweet, dude. Such a badass truck. Alright, let's go outside here. Alright, all the snow's already getting blown off the trees here. We had a really cool morning where like everything was covered with a ton of snow, kind of like this right here, but on like literally everything. But the wind's really kicking up, and it looks like the snow's kind of died down right now. So I think we're probably, what's up, girl? Let's go for a walk. We're probably looking at some rain here in a bit because the temperatures seem like they're warming up. But looking up at the ridge up there, that's cool. We've got this little knob that you see that's like right down there. Right in that section, that's the National Forest. It's just over that ridge there. It just goes up and over, and then that's where the Prescott National Forest starts. So let's see, where'd you go, girl? Where you at over here? Let's go this way. Okay, let's come over here. Let's go. Watch out for those cactus. I don't know how you navigate those without getting hit all the time. Here's the other kind of cool feature at my place. Looking out from the bed of my camper, I can look up and see that ridge. Pretty cool rocks up there. Then there's one Native American piece of rock art up there, which is pretty awesome. Been a mellow start to the morning here. It's been snowing since about 2 a.m. and it looks like it's stopping now, which is nice. But it's definitely, as you can see behind me here, I mean, like the whole place is covered. It's a winter wonderland around here. Big old flakes and lots of snow. Really a lot this morning, like right when the sun came up. And so, but taking this little girl on a walk, we're gonna go check out some of her favorite, whoops, there she is. Check out some of her favorite spots down the road here because she likes to go walk around this. Then we'll have to come back and wash her feet off because it's gonna be pretty muddy. All right, let's go this way, sweetie. Can't even see the mountain over there. It's all socked in with snow or with clouds. That's one thing about this area is like the cloud cover is always really low. You can kind of see over here, you can see the saddle where the sun sets in the summertime right there. But then up to the right, there's a big old mountain. Let's keep going. One thing I love about being out here is that like I've said it before, but I'll say it a million times, the solitude's amazing. And I've got neighbors that are close. I actually have a neighbor that got a mountain lion on, my neighbor just right down the road, Darren, that I hang out with a bunch. He got a mountain lion on his camera outside of his shed like 2 days ago or 3 days ago or something like that. And so it's cool because the wildlife comes around, because none of us around here really use generators. And as a result, at least in this area, as a result, it's just always dead quiet. Now there's one ranch that has 3 dogs down here, and somebody did tell me that they kind of scared away the wildlife a little bit down there, but you know, it's going to happen with dogs. They're kind of more of a protective measure when you're down in these areas. But at my place, it's nice because Sierra doesn't make a whole lot of noise, or she doesn't make hardly any noise. She doesn't bark. And so we get elk, deer, mountain lion. I've not seen any bear yet, but I've seen bear tracks down in the wash down over there. Kind of like where it's kind of animal superhighway. It's just amazing because, like, you know, it's live and let live out here, which is what I love. And no one tells you what to do. No one asks you what you're doing on your property. You just do whatever you want. And I mean, you know, within reason, obviously. But no one gets up in your business, which is real nice. And I think that's why this area is so attractive to some people. That and the landscape is gorgeous. I mean, look around here. Girl, sweet girl. Oh, I know. Come here, sweet girl. Alright. Let's go back inside. Let me get your feet. All right, let's go for a little walk. Let's see. Let's go check out the little miners, or the cowboy cabin that I have over here. So this is a project that I'll be working on as soon as the weather breaks. I want to get this back section here. I want to get this enclosed, and so I put up some roofing, but it's not on there. I didn't nail it in. I just have it on, held on with like weight on top of it. So here kind of shows the wood of what it looks like before it was sanded, and then after it was sanded and stained, and then I stained the beam there too. So this is Brazilian red oak right here, and then I don't know what this is. This is just old wood, and same with the walls over here, and then over here, and I'm gonna make a metal stove jack for there, and probably, I don't know, probably not have a stove there because the wall's right there. Maybe move all this forward here and put the stove right there or something. And then just have this kind of as like a workroom, because I want to put a bench going right across here, which is going to be kind of like my workbench. And also a place to work on my RC truck, because I got a bunch of new parts for it that I want to install. So that'll be kind of like a place, that'll be kind of like a place that I can use for that. And then this is going to be the ATV storage area with, I got to get this and put it up top here, but I'm going to put storage up here, then have like a sloped roof and hang a gutter off here for monsoon season. And that way I can collect water. Because like with this much water being around here, and all the weather experts around this area are saying that the new normal for us is that this is going to be like a wet area that will have just like a wet season year round, except for like 2 months, which would be amazing, because this area, when it's all done up with like moisture and all the creeks are running, it's one of the most beautiful areas in the country. When it's all dry, you know, it just doesn't look as appealing. And so with the weather patterns here shifting, I mean, everybody said it, you know, like, gosh, there's so much more moisture than we've ever had in the past for like the last 2 monsoon seasons. And then now this snow season, which is like 400% of what we normally get. So it's great to see, and helps like the creeks running and all that stuff. The creek on my property, which we're going to go check out in a second, it just looks amazing during this stuff. So, but back to the projects here, definitely want to finish up this like one room shack area. And then I've got these beams that I hung off the side here that are going to be like the roof stuff. And the reason why I have those hang out the side is I can use that tack into and then build a room out here if I want to, because I've got plenty of space here. Once I get all this stuff cleaned up and get it moved out, a lot of this wood is kind of not really usable anymore just because it's been sitting out for so long. But get this all cleared out, and then I can, you know, come in and park my ATV here, maybe put my shower over here because I have that IBC tank. And this tote right here, it's my neighbor's tote. It has a little bit of algae in it because he just let it out in the sun for too long. So I picked it up for super cheap. So I'm just going to power wash it, cut the top off, raise it up, and make a gazebo kind of style around it and use that as my outdoor shower until the bottom part of the tank will catch all the water, and I'll just have the gray area go down in like some cool plant areas or something like that. But let's walk down to the creek. I want to check it out and see how it looks. I got to take this to the dump. That's my old bed. So I'm using that RV mattress now. And man, that thing is comfortable. RV mattress makes the best beds. My truck camping place is right down there. So you go down and around that way, and then the rocks are all in this area. Here's a view looking towards the ridge over here. Really pretty to have that. And then this is kind of a neat area because you look out and it really, when there's not as much cloud cover, you can really see out an amazingly far way to the west. You can really see out to the west over here, and this is where I want to build the Forest Service lookout tower right here on this pad. Raise it up about 2.5 stories and then look out to the west. And if the clouds are in here, you can see all the mountains that are behind it too, because there's a lot more looking out this way. So you can kind of see all the way around, and then it's even with the trees here, I could get up to about a little bit above them and then have like a 360-degree view all the way around here, and then even looking up at the ridge behind there, behind those trees, which would be really awesome. And then I've got a big rock garden that's all throughout here that cascades down about 50 feet in elevation down there to a lower wash. And that's probably running right now. Here's the truck camping site over here. This is where I come to RC rock crawl all the time with my little Traxxas RC truck. But I love this spot over here. I made this spot. This is the first place that I made when I got into the property here, and leveled this all out by hand and dug it out and made like a little ledge there. And then same with down here too, made like another kind of wall out of rocks and got it to where it kind of retained all this back there, you know, and held it up to where I could truck camp here. And so that's what I love this spot here. It's real peaceful, and you got all these trees, which are real nice. And then it cascades down there. I've got like a little, I'll show you this. I've got a little wood bridge that I built here. That is where I'll come and bomb the RC truck over this right here. And then I've got tons of trails that go through here and then snake back up and then go back up to the truck camping spot over here. And so this is a fun area down here. I like this spot. And I want to build, that's why I want to build the Forest Service lookout tower replica right there, just so I can just kind of mess around in this terrain all day long. All right, let's go back over here. We're gonna go check out the river, or not river, I guess creek, seasonal creek at the place here. Once again, here would be the spot of the lookout tower. So I'll get cranking on that soon. And this trail, I cut all this out by hand. And so going back up that way and then coming down here, it decreases in elevation from the ridge back there where the camper is down to here, probably about 60, 70 feet. So this is the lower part of my meadow, and this is where the mountain lions come through. Like that ridge right there, there's a little gully. There's always a bunch of water in there, and they'll come through there, then come up this way, and then go across the lower section of my property into the rock garden right there and keep on going. And that's one of the cats that my neighbor got on his camera. He said he had 2 kittens with him too, but he didn't get that on the camera. They were out of sight of that, or out of frame. But it's fun making this road coming through here because I just cut all the way through and it goes through the little lower creek here and everything. And then over in this section is where the Native American hunting blind is, and where I found those 2 arrowheads and all those cool rocks that were in the little hunting blind area. So let's see here. Where are we going? Let's go back this way. Whew. A little chilly. Seems like the snow has kind of turned to light rain now, so I think temperatures are coming up a little bit. But I've been over here. I came over here the other day and I've started to really cut away a lot of the branches and stuff like that to expose this creek. And I'll show you what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking the back end, the camper right to about right here, and then clear out all these and make a little deck, a little raised platform, and then have it come down here to this creek here. Okay, it's not flowing yet. Well, no, it's not really flowing. It'll start flowing here eventually. It's just because everything hasn't melted yet. Once it starts melting, it'll be crazy. But this is kind of like the area where I think it'd be cool to have the camper, because put that camper, you know, right there, have the deck right here, then have this creek which flows. And during monsoon season, this thing is full. It's full to like right up to like right about there. Comes over this way, and same with on the other side. So it gets really full. And there's a bunch of cool pinyon pines back in here. So let's walk in here. I'll show you. So I've got pinyon pine there, old growth juniper, which is dead, obviously. This is a shaggy juniper right here, another shaggy juniper, and then all these pinions over here that are in pretty good shape. I mean, they get a ton of water, which is nice. And so it'd be cool to have the camper literally right there, and then the deck, and then, you know, the water coming through here, which would be real nice. And it's always nice and cool down here too, just because of the water that kind of gets stored down, you know, underneath the ground here. And this has turned into a little waterfall right here, which is real nice. So that's kind of the plan for the summer, is to get it to where once the monsoon season starts, I'll have my camper down over here, and then I can take advantage of all the water sounds. Because I've been coming down here and hanging out next to the creek when it flows, and it is just beyond peaceful. It's like the best chill environment you could possibly have. And during monsoon season too, like right now, when the snow melts, you'll see that the ground is still not green yet, but it's gonna start. Like here, let me show you this. So this is the desert grass, and usually in the springtime, it's not usually all that green, but now it's starting to green up because the temperatures are warming up and we still have a ton of moisture that's coming through. So it's gonna be a green spring around here, which is gonna be really nice. These are the two favorite trees that I have on my property. It's really old growth juniper. So we got this one and then one behind it. And this one's the smaller one, but it's definitely like a, you know, Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas tree, which I love. I think these trees are super cool looking. And then we'll go to the other one. The other one has a little area we can hang out underneath it. And here's the other one. This one's cool because it's got a bunch of areas underneath to chill at. Kind of covered areas. You get a lot of animal tracks down here. And you can see the animals like bedding down, you know, underneath the tree down here. And so I'll probably put a game camera down here somewhere, because you get a lot of activity in that area right there. But what a cool looking tree. So anyway, let's go back to the, oops, I slide down. Let's go back to the camper. Well, hello, Stinker. What are you doing?